So start by loading up floor 4. So from this screen we're going to go on to use a mimic, and for this revision lesson we're just going to use the Lighthouse. So click on the Lighthouse or double click it, or alternately at the bottom there is an OK button that you can click there. If you move your mouse over the mimic we'll get this show appear, so we need that so we can label the inputs and outputs. So if I click on the sun here, you can see over there that the input there is lighting up. If I click on any of the others, it's the outputs. So important to remember that we can't build a machine or a program to control the sun, but what we would have is a sensor that detects if the sun is on or off. So first thing that we need to do then is detect if the sun is on or off. So we're going to go off to this side, click on that, and then this sort of stick to the mouse. If it's red, it's not going to let you put that down, so go down a little bit there so it's grey, click once, and then down here at the bottom we click on start. So now we need to ask a question, so we put the diamond here. We're asking, is the sun on? So the only answers to that question are yes and no. So we click on here then. If the answer is yes, we don't need the lighthouse to be on. So we click in the middle of the symbol, always in the middle, pick yes, and then if we pretend that we're making a loop around here, look back into the middle, we've got our yes there. Let's join that now onto the start. Okay, at that point, pause the video, go and get this mimic up for the lighthouse and get to that stage, then come back. Okay, so once you've done that then, the next thing we need to think of is when the sun's not on, when it's dark, we want the lighthouse to be coming on and off. So we're going to use an output, so put that there, and then we need to turn the output, the lamp, on. So turn the lamp on. If we turned it off again immediately to make it flash, the computer could do that so quickly that the light would just be flickering and it would probably damage it. So now we want a delay, and we're just going to delay 1 second. So having turned the lamp on and delayed for 1 second, we need to now turn the lamp off. So we turn output lamp off, and then it's just as important to delay that for 1 second so that the lamp stays on long enough for it to then be turned back on again. Now we need to join up the rest of the flow diagram. So the first one is going to be the no, because we've already used yes. When we're joining these, always click in the middle, and remember that you've got to click both of them, the start and the destination. So for example, if we had these as 1, 2, 3, 4, we need to go 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 goes back into the middle of our question there. So this will give us our loop to repeat things. Once we've done that, we can test it. So down here we've got the play button. If we press play, that then also gives us stop. Don't use the pause button. So on these we press play. So it's dark and the light is flashing on and off every second. So then imagine then that in the morning the sun comes up, it will finish its sequence off, and now it's just staying there asking that question, is the sun on? Yes. Is the sun on? Yes. Is the sun on? Yes. Until eventually it gets dark and then it goes down the other branch of that decision box. Pause the video, get the rest of that program working, and then come back. Okay, so if you've done that, the next thing that we're going to do is get the foghorn working here. Okay, we've also got the inside lights, but we'll do the foghorn next. So what we're going to do with the foghorn, we don't get rid of the program for the lamp because we want more than one program. So we put a start over here. Now we need to do exactly the same again. We're going to check, is the sun on? This time though, we want the foghorn to come on and off every 2 seconds. So that's your next task, is to get the foghorn working every 2 seconds. Pause the video, go and do that. Remember to save your work as well, and then come back. So once you've got both of those working, I'm going to move this off to the side here, because now we want the inside lights. The inside lights are a slightly different program. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to click our start there. Then we have our decision box. So again, is the sun on? So what we've got to decide now is what we want for each condition. So let's just join that one up there. If the sun is off, we want the lights on, but we don't want them flashing. So we definitely do need to have the lights on. So let's get the output. I'm going to put it over here. Turn the lights on. At some point, it will become light outside again, so we need to turn the lights off. So we're going to need a box for that as well. So turn the lights off. Once you've got to that stage, it should be fairly easy then, because we've only got two options now. Is the sun on? Yes. So from yes, do we want the lights on or off? We want them off. From no, we want them there. We can't leave the computer with no instructions, so we loop both of those back round again. So pause the video, build that program, then make sure that you test it to make sure it works. So you need to test all your program. So see if the foghorn's working, see if the lamp's working, see if the lights are working, and make sure at each stage you're turning the sun on and off by clicking up there so that you know everything's working. Save your file and then move on to the next task.